Let me first begin by saying I understand the importance of the police service in any society and have tremendous respect for the work that they do. What do they actually do? The police job is as a law enforcer. They are tasked with protecting people and property. Now the law they enforce is technically applied equally to every individual, but in reality, the law is a shield and a sword for the wealthy and a ball and a chain for the poor or the middle class. To make things worse, most people are ignorant of the law and end up in even more trouble when they interact with officers. I'll be doing these videos to teach you basic law and how to operate during everyday police encounters. This video particularly would be directed towards warranted and unwarranted searches of your premises. Doesn't matter if you're innocent or guilty. How you react to the police will greatly affect you years after the incident has passed. House searches. As many of you know, a police officer cannot enter your house without a warrant. That's not entirely true. There are many conditions police can legally enter your house or property, and most of those reasons are understandable. I'll explain. It could be that someone who lives at that residence has a warrant out on them and the police are there to make an arrest. And it won't be a guess. The police must have reasonable belief that the suspect is on that premises, such as that is where the suspect resides, meaning he or she lives there. Or it could be they're acting off a tip that the suspect is staying by a friend or relative, or even a current partner, and they won't break your door down. This should be professionally done, unless the suspect is considered armed and dangerous. Alright, 2. To prevent the commission of a crime. If they believe that someone is planning or about to commit a crime, they can enter. 3. To arrest someone that has followed onto the premises. 4. If they believe that there is someone on the premises that is in immediate danger. If a person on the premises is believed to have committed a crime or offense connected to gang activity. Or if you're renting, you could just ask your landlord. Simple as that. Keep in mind, once the police enter your home, you can't make them leave unless the investigation is complete. It's incumbent on the police to exercise professionalism while executing their duties, but sadly, a lot of them don't. And I'm speaking from experience. Be that as it may, there's a lot the police can do to you legally that can put you in years of trouble and financial strain without you even knowing it. When dealing with this modern police service, it is mandatory that you know how to operate around them. So, we've established the police don't need a warrant to search your house. And keep in mind, they must have a valid reason for their actions. And they usually always do. From the information they've gathered, they believe that their actions are necessary. But not all searches are fruitful and lead to an arrest. And citizens that are ignorant of the law feel like their rights have been trampled on by the police. Let's look at warranted searches. Let's say the police were to show up at your house for whatever reason, whether it be to search or to make an arrest. Our response should be the same for either incident. Let me remind you, the police are not your friends. They are there to find enough evidence to make an arrest, not to empathize or to sympathize with you. If they show up on your property, and in case you didn't know, only the police have authority to enter your premises, not the Army or the Coast Guard. They declare they have a warrant to search your premises for whatever reason. They won't enter if no one is home. They may either wait or return at a later date. Ask the officer for picture ID. Every officer is legally required to present ID upon request. Once you determine the people demanding entry into your home, all police officers capitulate. Then they may read out the warrant for you. On said warrant should have the address and what exactly they expect to find on your premises. Arms and ammunition, stolen car parts, etc. From that point, shut up and observe. Don't obstruct the police in any way. Don't cuss, don't touch them. Cooperate as best as you can, non-verbally. Also, just as important, begin to document everything. From the time the officers came to the name and badge number of every officer that was present at the search. And be detailed. Write everything down that was said. important or not. From approach and demeanor to disrespectful comments they may make, like jokes that your house was dirty, or even shouting and screaming at you in an effort to intimidate or scare you. Most importantly, unwarranted physical force. If you could document the entire procedure on video via cell phone, all the better. It's incumbent on you to be present at every room at a time it is being searched, and keep quiet. Don't answer any of their questions. The only thing you are lawfully allowed to say is your name and your address. Just politely say, "I am not willing to answer any questions at this time," because anything you say will be used against you. For example, "So how long did your relative sell weed?" "Officer, he never sell weed, he's only smoking." That response proves to the officer that at least one individual on the compound uses illegal substances and you were aware. Unless you want yourself or your family to be crucified, shut up. Doesn't matter how friendly they appear to be, talking at that point just digs a deeper hole. For an unwarranted search, you do basically the same thing. Upon declaration of reason to enter your property, respectfully decline. This part is important. Always politely refuse. If it's an arrest warrant and the person they come to arrest is present, give him or her up immediately. Harboring a fugitive is a serious crime with harsh penalties, which the police would generously charge you with. If it's a weapon or drug search, whatever the reason, politely refuse. If they insist on threatening you with arrest or forceful entry, capitulate. Don't obstruct them, don't cuss, don't touch them, or provoke them. If there's a relative that is violent, ask them to leave for the duration of the search, or shut them up. And shut up yourself. Don't say anything, then begin to document everything. Depending on the nature of the search, cell phones and laptops could be seized on the spot. If they believe that there is evidence on it, that can lead to an arrest. And by seize, meaning on the spot, right then and there. You won't even be allowed to delete personal texts or photos. That is what they call tampering with evidence. The police are supposed to conduct themselves in a professional manner, but if they feel threatened, they are allowed to use whatever force necessary to control the situation, even temporarily detaining members of the house, meaning place them in handcuffs. So, even if the searches come up unfruitful, depending on your conduct, you can still be arrested for 1. Obstructing a police investigation, and if you struggle, resisting arrest and assaulting a police officer as icing on the cake. That alone is about 5 years in jail for stupidity. You don't fight the police with sticks and stones. You win them at their own game using the very law they use against you. As I said before, learn to respect the law, the police, and their role in society. And yes, we know not all police are good people. Some of them abuse their power, and some are worse than the criminals they put in jail. But, just like you and me, there are consequences to their actions. Always remember, they work for you. You pay their salary every month. And if you are not pleased with their conduct, there are things you can do. Why all this documentation? It's simple. If you felt like you were treated unfairly by the police and want justice, carry your evidence to a lawyer or even research it yourself, just to be certain it was actual abuse on the police behalf. Then launch a complaint through the proper channels, and in extreme cases to the media. People complain that this way gets nothing done, but it does. When you launch a complaint, it goes on file. It might get the officer disciplined, it might not. But should the officer do anything similar and the victim also launches a complaint, it strengthens your case, because what we start to see is a negative pattern in this officer's behavioral conduct while on duty. So maybe you won't get justice, maybe you will, but you will pave the way for another person. Depending on the severity of the case, you could even sue. The law is a slow and expensive process that discourages most people, but everything has an end. Allow the system to work for you. Put your tax dollars to work. So, the next time police show up at your house for whatever reason, it doesn't matter if you're innocent or guilty. It's the justice system that decides your fate, not the police. so don't make things worse for yourself. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching.